Morning everybody, Silverbolt here, and it is morning because it is 10 to 2 on a Friday morning, evening, whichever, well, Saturday morning actually, not Friday morning, Saturday morning. And I'm sure there's more than a few that are wondering, what are you doing home at such a ridiculously early hour? No, because me and Sean went out, because me and Sean haven't been out in absolutely ages, and, well, needless to say, Sean got very drunk and went home. And I went up to another club to see if I could find some people I knew. There's no one in there I knew, so I thought, you know what, it's chucking it down at rain, I'm going home. So I came home and I thought I would do this video on the Getting to Know a Transformers Fan part 3 that Dave has put forward. Thinking is going to be fun because I have been imbibing alcohol since 5:30 this evening. So thinking's going to be fun. And I do have to say, if I pulled as many women as I do men when I go out clubbing, Philly would never let me leave the house. It's quite scary in some regards. But anyway, beside the point. Okay, we're going to start, as is normal with these kind of things, with question 1, which is, how long have you been a Transformers fan? Now, I have been a Transformers fan pretty much my entire life, as far back as I remember. I remember watching the Generation 1 cartoons. I was very young at the time. I'd have been about 4 at the time, but I do remember watching them. And admittedly, when I moved to Ireland, my passion for Transformers per se did kind of like die off a little bit, but it came back with a vengeance a few years ago. So I've been a fan of Transformers, I'd say, for about 20 years now, so doing pretty well with it. Question 2. Who is your favourite Transformer of all? Question 2. What is your earliest memory of Transformers? Now, toy-wise, my earliest memory... Getting Skywarp for Christmas one year. I know I was quite young when I got that. Another early memory I would have would be the Devastator gift set that I was given by my dad, who got it from, I believe, he went on a business trip and brought it back with him, and I believe it was to Spain, but I can't quite remember. This was back in the days when my dad was working for a company, and he was going all over Europe. Hasn't done that in a long time. Now he's just an IT programmer. So, but there we go. The Generation 1 Devastator gift set. The other one that I have that's quite early, I have to say, is when I was in national school, primary school. I was a school mate loaned me G1 Blitzwing, and I remember us spending an entire evening just playing with that. You know, transforming it from the tank to the robot to the plane and back again, and vice versa, and all this. And I remember playing with that quite a lot for one evening before I had to give it back, of course. But I'd probably say, if I was to, I'll probably end up using the phrase "gun to the head" quite a lot in this video, but I'd probably say it was Skywarp. Okay, question 3. Who is your favourite Transformer of all time? If it was in the Generation 1 continuity, the G1 continuity, it would probably be Prowl. I've always liked Prowl as a character. But if you're going for an overall mix of all the characters from all the cartoons and the comics, it would have to be Skybite from R.I.D. I love him. I think he's an absolutely fantastic character. He's so much fun, and he's just so entertaining to watch. Question 4. What is your most prized Transformers possession? I've said it in other videos, and I'll say it again. Probably Fort Max. Though I will admit, I do very much like the City Commander upgrade from Fans Project. But my most prized possession, probably Fort Max. I can't think of anything else that would come close to that one. Okay, question 5. Where in the world do you come from, live? Well, I originally come from the west of Ireland, 2 miles south of a village called Crockery, in the fair old county of Roscommon, so up the Ross on that one. But now I inhabit the wonderful industrial city of Birmingham. Outside of Transformers, what do you do with your life? I'm assuming this is going to revolve around jobs, and currently I am a team manager for a a business company called American Express. Most of you probably heard of them, and I'm working across various. Sorry, excuse me, I couldn't keep that one in then. I work across various aspects of telemarketing as a team manager, going across foreign exchange, business travel, things like that. Question: what is the origin of your YouTube screen? And I'm sure I've answered this one before, but I'll answer it again just for the sake of it. When I originally joined YouTube, I actually tried to make my YouTube username Silverbolt. However, Silverbolt was taken, so I had to scratch my head and try and think of something else to use, and it came down that I eventually used Diansis, which was when I was like 15, 16. I was very much into Yahoo Messenger, and I've still got my Yahoo email address, and my screen name on that was Diansis, which was a misspelling of the Greek god of sex, well, sex and wine, and because of course it's a misspelling of Dionysus, well, now it's just become just a screen name that I use when all other names that I usually use are taken. That's how I got that. Question 8. Whose videos do you enjoy watching? Whose videos don't I enjoy watching? I will confess that I do enjoy watching the likes of Kal-El Prime and Time Lord, though in all fairness, my opinion where they are concerned is probably a little bit biased because I'm friends with them, and a lot of the people that I watch I'm friends with. So people like, Magic Man, Dwarf Porn Star, Destruction Snake Bit, Kal-El Prime, Exaggerated Elegy, Cobra Commander TFW, Von Rogus, Optibotimus, all those kind of people I'm actually friends with. So me saying they're the kind of, I do enjoy watching their videos, but my opinion where they are concerned is of course going to be biased. Yes, do excuse me, I'm taking off my shoes and socks because I have been dancing for the last, well, I'd say about 3.5 hours and my feet are aiming killing me. But outside of who my friends are, who do I enjoy watching? One of the ones I do like watching, she's on my subscription list for my Archer account, is Law Bubbles, and she's quite funny in the reviews that she does, and it doesn't hurt that she is quite fit. But there we go. Which Transformer is your holy grail? Who is my holy grail? Well, at the moment it's my Warbot Defender because it just come through today and I'm quite chuffed with it. But in all fairness, again, as everyone knows, it is going to be Fort Max. So there we go. Question 10. If you could transform into anything, what would it be? Well, I've answered this one before and my answer hasn't changed. I would transform into an X-Wing because they're just so cool. Question 11. How close have you come to getting your Holy Grail? Well, I have it, so that question's kind of redundant in some regards. Question 12. What has been the best toy you have purchased over the last 12 months? Over the last 12 months, it would have to be Fans Project Ultra Magnus City Commander upgrade. I can't think of anything else that immediately springs to mind apart from the Fans Project. Excuse me, Superior Upgrade Kit. I can't think of anything else apart from the City Commander set, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Okay, question 13. Which for you is the best piece of Transformers fiction? That one's really a tough one to answer. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm probably going to get slated for this one, but I am going to say the Dreamwave Micromasters, the 4-part series, mainly because it was one of the first comic series that I ever read, but I also think it's really, really good. So, Dreamwave Micromasters. Question 14. Which Transformers continuity is your continuity and why? I am going to have to say, and I'm probably going to be, a lot of Transformers people out there are probably going to agree with this. When I remember watching Isa's video, and her answer to this one was Armada, because that was the one that she grew up with. And that's perfect. And my answer is going to be the same. It is going to be the G1 series, the 80s series, because that's the one that I grew up with. But else, Simon, stop flaming yawning. Because that's the one that I grew up with. So it would have to be the 80s series. I mean, I love Beast Wars. I'm not a huge fan of Armada, Cybertron, or Energon, I have to confess. I'm not the biggest fans where they're concerned. I like Headmasters. I actually really liked Headmasters, Super Godmaster Force, Victory, things like that. But my series would have to be the 1980s series, the Generation 1. Question 15 is, what aside from Transformers do you enjoy as a hobby and why? Okay. One of my hobbies is archery, and I really enjoy that one. Because it's quite skillful, but it's also quite good for exercise as well. Because of course, you know, you're exercising muscles in your arms, you're exercising muscles in your back, in your side, and it's very good for building up things like hand-eye coordination. I also paint, as most people are aware. I paint Games Workshop Citadel miniatures, something I've been doing for many years now. Got back into, currently working on a new Space Marine list. There we go. And I do enjoy that. The other main hobby, I suppose I could say, stop yawning. The other main hobby that I suppose that I could say I enjoy is World of Warcraft. I do enjoy playing that. In fact, my idea was going to be the fact that I was going to play World of Warcraft for a little while after doing this video. However, despite the fact that despite the yawning, I'm still quite fairly awake. I do have to be up in the morning because I've got to go out to see my dad tomorrow. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy. And I was going to play that after I'd done this video, but I'm probably not now. I'm probably just going to have a quick cigarette and go to bed, but there we go. Okay, that has been my 15 questions. I will try and upload these when and if I can. Because I'm still having problems with YouTube. But the video that I had to use, the Shelford video, which was my last review, I actually had to get Philly to upload it for me off her laptop because my PC's not liking it at the moment. So I'm thinking I might have to install Privacy Eraser or something like that. Try and say their pen. But yes, that is my take on it. 15 questions for a Transformers fan. I've probably bored you to tears by now, but there we go. But for now then, this is Silverbolt signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.